Right, good morning, I'm going to have a look at similar shapes today, but finishing it off by looking at two shapes and being able to say for definite whether or not the shapes are similar or not. So, this happens, by the way, in the exam. They give you some shapes that are not necessarily drawn accurately. But let's say we've got some rectangles and that we're told that this one is 4 and that this one is 6 and that this is 3. And let's go for this one being 5.5. And then what you've got to say is, are these rectangles similar or not? So don't worry that it doesn't look to scale. That's how they do it deliberately in the exam. Very straightforward. I just pick corresponding sides. Now this side corresponds with that side. So we'll say, well, what was the scale factor enlargement? And it was 4 times what was 6. So to do that, I'm just going to put in 6 divided by 4. And that gives me an answer of 3. Oh, I like it as a decimal actually. 1.5. So it looks like the scale factor is 1.5 times bigger. So this, where if we're just going along this line here, this rectangle is 1.5 times that one. Let's just try it. 4 times 1.5. 1.5 lots of 4 is 6. Now we're going to do 1.5 lots of 3 and just check that it's all consistent and that's working as well. So let's have 3 times 1.5 and see what that gives us. And that gives us 4.5. So this one is not similar. That's a not similar picture. Rightio, let's have a look at another one. So we'll go for, again, we'll just stick with rectangles. It does work with any shape actually, but you just might need quite a few lengths on it. Rectangles are nice because we've only got 2 lengths to look at. So let's put in a 8 and let's go for 12 there, and let's go for 6 and we'll go for 9 on this one and see whether they are similar. There's other methods, by the way, and you might find a better method, but we're going to just look at what was the scale factor. So I'll have a look at the scale factor on the bottom. 8 times what was 12 to find out how many times bigger is it. I'm just going to go 12 divided by 8, which gives us 1.5. Seems to like 1.5 this morning. 1.5. And then we'll try it with the 6 as well. Let's just check. 1.5 8s is 12, that's fine, but what about 1.5 6s? So let's put 6 times 1.5. And that's given us 9. So this is similar. I'm just checking. This side is 1.5 lots of 8. This 9 is 1.5 lots of 6. So that's all there is to it really. Find the scale factor on one corresponding side and then just check to see if it works with the one, and then you'll be able to say for sure whether two shapes are similar or not. That is it. Have fun. What I'll do is I'll put a little quiz together that you can have a go with, and just quite simple, not too many questions like you've been having, and then just identifying whether those rectangles, are just going to stick to rectangles, whether the rectangles are similar or not. Have fun. Thank you.